Fellow hunters, what up though? I just want to make a quick video just to help with low rank. If anybody is struggling with low rank and they are trying to find a weapon and don't know what to use. Me personally, I'm using the hunting horn. I find this weapon mad fun to use, especially if you're playing online with other people. Hunting horn is definitely a good viable weapon. Damage, buffs, the whole nine. Honestly, it's really fun to use. If you're not used to this weapon, because I know I wasn't personally. When I played Monster Hunter World, I was a hammer main, and I honestly started the game. I started Wilds out with hammer as well, and I was making hunting horn my secondary weapon. But then once I started fighting certain monsters, I decided, yo, hunting horn looks mad fun to use, and I can see myself maining this weapon, and that's exactly what I did. So I'm just gonna give y'all a little bit of like input on what you should and shouldn't do with hunting horn, especially starting out in low rank. Because I just beat low rank personally. I haven't tried any of the high rank missions yet. I do plan on making like a progression video and like guide. I'm about to be going through high rank with my friends soon. So with those interactions and everything, those fights with my friends, I plan on recording those and giving y'all like a progression video and like another tips video maybe on like how you should be progressing through high rank, what weapons you should be crafting and armor to especially complement the hunting horn. Um, with not being a hunting horn user previously in Monster Hunter, I definitely made some mistakes and crafted some weapons that didn't need crafting. Like I wasn't aware of really like the effects with the echo bubble thing. I thought everything was the same with all the weapons for hunting horn, but I was completely wrong with that. As well as I didn't really think that the buffs really mattered. I didn't really know the difference honestly at the time between the buffs until I did a decent amount of research with just finding out exactly what I should prioritize over what I shouldn't be prioritizing. So I'm just gonna show y'all like what um, weapons and everything you should be crafting with hunting horn without giving any spoilers or anything with all the monsters. I'm gonna just keep it honestly with between maybe like just things you should know as playing Monster Hunter between like the ore tree, the bone tree, things along those lines that are very viable until you start getting to like the late game and low rank. So
Hey,
with the smithy, honestly, when it comes to equipment and weapons and
anything
everything
catch
with
your
hunting
eye?
horn, the expedition tree is trash. I'm not gonna lie, it's trash.
Subar.
It's trash. And I know y'all see that I'm rocking the Hope Horn 3. This was my mistake that I was talking about. I unnecessarily made this weapon and was using it all through low rank
Yeah.
because I thought this is the best hunting horn. That's honestly just my mistake. I didn't even think to really like look at everything because I know everybody's saying with low rank, um, everybody's saying like, yo, once you get to high rank, all this stuff is going to go out the trash. And I already knew that just especially playing World. Low rank weapons are garbage compared to high rank, obviously. But like to get
Subar?
through low rank, I'm thinking like, you know, the whole point. This is like the first tree you get. Usually it's not even that good in Monster Hunter, but like sometimes it is. So it's like I thought to myself, all right, cool. I start out with 378. This is the first weapon you get. So I'm thinking, all right, jump. You go get the whole point two. You jump to 420, and then you get to 546 with the rarity three, and that's cool and all. Like the damage isn't terrible. The echo bubbles, like I mentioned earlier, you get the evasion, and movement speed boost. Like it's cool to get to dodge and everything.
Subar?
You're dodging way faster actually. You definitely do get around a lot of attacks and everything from monsters, being able to dodge faster. So I do like that aspect of this weapon. But the buffs are trash. I'm not gonna lie. The self improvement, every single hunting horn gives you self improvement. So that's something you don't have to worry about. Attack up small, nothing too crazy, but it does help. And then the only problem I have with this one is just the only other buff it really gives you is the fire resistance. And with the fire resistance, not every monster shoots fire, so it's like not a necessary buff that you really need, honestly.
Subar?
So when you compare this to what I would say probably the best tree in the game, other than like obviously like the late game monsters in low rank, I would say the bone tree. The bone tree is probably the best thing you can make. You get the echo bubble with the defense and elemental resistance, which is literally what this hunting horn gives you. The fire resistance, you're literally already getting that with the bone tree. You're getting the same exact
Subar.
buff already by just using your echo bubble. So I feel like that's way better. And then you get the attack boost as well, and you get defensive boost as well. So you're getting something way better than just what the expedition tree offers with only fire resistance. You're getting that plus the defensive boost with the bone tree. So bone tree is definitely way better, and then the damage as a whole, you're getting 462 off rip once you unlock it. So it's already insanely better than the whole porn 1 and 2. So definitely I would prioritize the bone tree way more. And if you think about the equipment skills, you get critical eye and speed sharpening. It doesn't really do any justice. It doesn't make a difference. So I'd suggest don't go down that tree. And then with this one though, you get the attack boost and stamina thief. So it's way better for the equipment skills as well. So with that being said, the only other tree I would say is this one right here. I'm not going to basically like say what monster this comes from, but you do get this early on in the game. Um, this hunting horn is actually really solid too because it does give you attack boost and affinity boost with the echo bubble. So that's not bad, and it also gives you the health recovery and the health recovery with the antidote, which is also really clutch against poisonous monsters, as well as the stamina boost and defensive boost. And then you get the melody of life buff, which is heal for yourself as well with your teammates. So if you're using this hunting horn with like multiplayer, you're playing with like your friends, or you're doing like a SOS flare hunt, and you're just helping out randoms, or you're have randoms helping you out, this is a good hammer, hunting horn as a whole, honestly. So I would definitely say use this one if you're playing multiplayer. Only in the early game though, because then once you get to late late game, the bone tree is still way better, way more damage, and then you still get the defensive buff, and you're getting the defensive buff again with the echo bubble. So this is definitely a way better hunting horn that I would suggest you use. Um, Now that's basically with the weapons without giving up too many of the late game fights, because I don't want to spoil like what monsters you're going to be fighting or what returns and everything. So with that being said, when it comes to armor, armor is really not a necessity when it comes to survivability in this game at this moment. When it comes to low rank, anyway, personally, I would just rock out the regular gear that you get until you get to the Doshigama fight. This isn't a spoiler because we've all seen what this monster is in the trailer and everything. So Doshigama is a way better fight um, to wait for instead of just grinding out gear for like all these other monsters. Because with the Doshigama, your defensive boost goes from 2 to 16, because that's what all these gear was. You get bone at level 4, like 4 defense. The Chotacabra is at 6, so it's really nothing you would need to grind for until you get to Doshigama, I would say. Maybe even Ingot. Maybe even Ingot. And the equipment skills are not even that good for both, but it will keep you alive longer than just using the Hope gear. Really don't need to prioritize making armor until you get to those late fights in low rank, just because they do give you more survivability with the longer defense, with defense hitting like level 26 and even 30 on the last boss fight. So yeah, armor isn't a necessity. Don't worry about armor until you talk about weapons. Weapons
What are we
definitely,
making
again,
today?
go down the bone tree. The best thing that you'll probably get until you start fighting those late boss fights and everything. The the only other one I would suggest, this is also a hammer that you can make with late to mid low rank. It's a pretty solid one. It also gives you evasion and movement speed, but it also gives you that level 2 slugger, which is great for knockdowns, and it gives you the blast elemental with 10% affinity. This is a solid hunting horn as well. When it comes to just doing elemental damage, the buffs are okay. Nothing crazy. You do get earplugs, environmental damage negated. Nothing really anything you have to worry about with the low rank monsters, in my opinion. You're not really getting hit by the environment. So I don't know if it's going to change when you get to high rank. I haven't got there yet to like really compare to see if this is going to be viable in the future. But it's a solid hunting horn. Honestly, probably better than the expedition tree. So yeah, I would suggest that one. But personally, I don't know what just happened there.
You know
I
where to
guess
find
I just
me.
disconnected for some reason. But yeah, that's basically like the most tips that I can give for like progressing through low rank. just focus on the bone tree. That will give you the most benefits to being able to survive and fight these monsters, and you won't have to struggle like I did using the whole point three. As well as the gear. Don't stress yourself out about grinding gear that you might need and might want. You don't really need any gear to really focus on doing anything with those equipment skills because they're not really going to benefit you until you hit high rank, from what everybody's saying anyway.
Well, what can I do
And
for you?
realistically, the damage jump didn't really go crazy in low rank until you got to those last like 4 or 5 monster fights. So I would suggest definitely just focus on making the weapons, go down that bone tree. It'll make your life so much easier. You won't have to struggle like I did going through low rank using the hunting horn. If you definitely want more videos and everything to learn more about the hunting horn, I'll drop a whole guide if you want to find out exactly how to fight with it. And then also again, I'm going to be making a progression video and everything with me going through high rank with my friends and everything. Um, and I'm just seeing how our journey is going to look with our whole squad. It's probably going to be dysfunctional, but y'all will see that later on. Yeah, if y'all have any more questions or anything that y'all want to ask, leave it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions, help out with those. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and then I hope y'all enjoy the video. See y'all later.